Okay, our fourth book is a special one for us because it's by our own Monisha Raman. Monisha Raman explores the intimate threads between people and the land in everything she writes. Her work appears in journals across the world, and she's an alumnus of the Granta Nature Writing Workshop. The Highlands of Yore, her debut work of fiction, is an evocative, atmospheric novel soon to be published internationally as well. Monisha also edits. Okay, this has to be said because I was put on gunpoint. Monisha also edits our GLF monthly newsletter. So if you enjoy thoughtful environmental storytelling that she puts out, please subscribe to the newsletter. Thank you so much. I would like Pankaj sir to please join Monisha in launching her book.
Multiple thanks from all of us for the festival, for all the work that's gone in, and for the book. So it's an honor and a privilege to do this one. My honor, sir. Yeah. Thank you. Congratulations.
Take us through your book. Okay. Yeah.
So good evening, everyone. So thank you for sticking around. And I know it's been a long day, so I'll keep it short. So those of you who know me very well know that I grew up in an indigenous community in the Nilgiris. So in my community, there's a practice of visiting sacred peaks and valleys once a year. We just leave them undisturbed for the rest of the year. And during my youth, after all the planning and thing that I do, more often than not, I end up missing these walks. So every time I missed, my grandmother would say, Iru bettu korsuleninava. In the sense, stay patient, the land hasn't called you as yet. So this, in many ways, is the land's calling. I don't know what else to tell about this book. So my grandma's my only connection to the mountains. So during, when as a kid, in all the folk tales that she told me, this mountains was this pristine, beautiful ecosystem. It was like a paradise. And when I grow up, I looked for that place in my, around me, and I didn't find it. And every time I visit home now, I look for that place I grew up in. And it's only there around these sacred spaces I was talking about. Everything else is, drastic change. So this transformation is what I try to capture through this book. So 5 women across 5 centuries tell the stories of their land they lived in and they loved. So this story traces the relationship between land and people. It's what I've been writing about for all these 5 to 6 years, and this book is entirely that. So a sacrosanct relationship where people who worship the stream and worship the forest, they become the same ones who are spitting into the trees and chopping the forest. And the people who knew the land very intimately, they become the ones who are abusing it. So one of my favorite writers, Jason Allen Payson, he said, by observing something long enough, you become it. So this is my very humble attempt in writing not about the mountains, but writing as the mountains. So I'm reading a short author's note from my book. So these stories aim to weave together the land, its inhabitants, their spirituality, and everything else that supports their life into a flourishing web through the experiences of an imaginary community. And the byline of my book says, the land stood witness. So despite everything it has witnessed, the land has only given in abundance, and it continues to give. So I hope, through my work, I hope to make people reflect on their own relationship with the earth and the beauty of the landscapes around them. Do we have time? Okay, since we have time, I'd like to write a short excerpt from my book. So this is immediately after the colonizers arrive and disturb the land in an indigenous community. So the narrator is saying this. So after supper, the members of the village gather at the front yard of my uncle's house. The agitated winds are abundant with moisture. The discussion centers on the visit of the white men. We heard that there were a few soldiers along with their masters and other officials. They came up inquiring about many things, informs my father's cousin. They inquired about Jinke, the protagonist. That's the protagonist of the story. They wanted to know if she's carrying a white man's child and asked her about her whereabouts. One of my father's cousin informs. They have already come here asking about her already, and Ann says, these are different men. My cousin Guru finally speaks up. What were they informed about Jinke? The same thing, that she disappeared and we don't know anything about her. The main purpose of their visit was to check the access of the woods from the valley, interrupts Guru. Why do they want to know that? I ask. I overheard them talking about planting some shrubs. These are the tea shrubs that I mentioned, yeah? They said that it will bring the men more money. Shrubs? A bunch of women gasped. Yes, they have tried it in the eastern folds near the town, and now they want to experiment in our slopes, responds Guru. They say they wouldn't venture high up and use only the lower and middle parts of the hills around. Our medicines grow on these slopes. Moreover, without the trees there, our streams will not be fed throughout the year. My grandmother's sister-in-law makes a point. Everyone is silent for a while. If they go ahead as planned, all our forest lands will be converted into useless patches, growing wasteful shrubs. My grandmother is the first to break the silence. Then slowly, without the leaves of the trees, the bogs will begin to diminish, killing the fertility of the soil, states my grandaunt. Our streams will evaporate too. Another aunt pitches him. Is it all true? My cousin Sinna interrupts. The land has never seen anything like this. Hope we do not live to see it. Interrupts my grandmother. And all of this happened, and the land has survived. So thank you. Yeah. So pitching this work has been really tough. I was really looking for someone from South India an agent from South India, a woman. My publisher, Idomenia Dipankar, sending me a beautiful message in his acceptance mail was really a slap to my stereotypical thoughts. So I really thank him for this. Without Dipankar and my editor, Indrani, this wouldn't have been possible. So thank you to all of you for your support as well.